Yo, yo, yo. Welcome in the top of the bleachers. It's October the 25th, a Friday, 2024. Today's show, we are going to talk a little about everything some NFL, some NBA, some college, basketball, football. We got it all going on today, man. We just all over the place. We're going to check out what's on Twitterverse. Before we do, be sure and hit that like and subscribe buttons for us. We really appreciate that. Tuck, happy Friday. It is actually my Friday. I'm already on my weekend actually. The happy Friday.
Good for you, man. Good for you. I got one more day to go. This is my Thursday. It's it's been a good day though. We could use some rain bad, man. It is so dusty and dry and it's terrible. It's
We got a
absolutely
little bit last night, just a little bit.
about 11 o'clock today. It clouded up like it was gonna, and I was just like, "Oh, come on, come on, I dare you."
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Uh,
pretty good day though.
yeah, I had a good day. It was a kind of a long day. It was a good day, man. So did you watch the football game last night? Did you watch the Vikings and the Rams?
I did watch the Vikings and Rams on Prime. Man, the game started out. First four possessions were touchdowns. Vikings went down and scored. Rams went down and scored. Vikings went down and scored. Rams went down and scored. And
Yeah.
then nobody scored again till like the third quarter. Somebody kicked the field goal. But with a $1:53 left, Vikings forced the Rams to punt. And a great punt ends up on like the 3-yard line. And they've been getting pressure on Sam Darnold like the whole second half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so they brought the blitz and they got to him, and one of the guys grabbed his face mask, turned his head sideways, pulled him to the ground. Back judge standing right there, the same back judge that I saw all night long because he was calling crap constantly. Right
Mm-hmm.
there in front of him, calls the safety. You know, it's he ruined it for. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't have a dog in the fight. I don't care who won or lost the ball game, but there's a
Mm-hmm.
$1:53, man. It's a drive. They got to go down there and score, get a 2-point conversion just to get to overtime. And they didn't even get a chance because the ref screws them right from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just screw the Vikings. He screwed the fans watching at home. He screwed the fans in the stands. Because then
Yeah.
at that point, it becomes a 10-point game and pretty much the game's over. Get up, go to your car, and try and beat traffic. And you could have had a 2-minute drive. It still could have ended with an interception or, something like that.
Yeah.
It just would have been better. And even when the guy like grabs him by the face mask and tackles him, the guy who grabs him puts his hands up, because he knows
Yeah.
he
Saw
did.
that.
He
Yeah.
knows what he did. And then back just no, 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 no. If you were Patrick Mahomes, you'd have got that flag. That's all I'm saying.
That's
And
probably true. Yeah. Yeah,
so
that
I
was pretty bad.
so these refs, there's got to be some consequences. They got to start fining these refs or making them come out and publicly apologize or something. There needs to be some sort of repercussions because there's been a few games this year that the refs have just screwed up.
Yeah.
And if
It
you're
should be
going to put
fine.
out, if you're going to put out you know, if you're going to put out a product, you want to put out the best product that you got. So I got 3 listed here, right? NCAA, NBA, and the NFL. I'm going to do this like Harry Potter, okay? That's 1 point for the NBA, 0 points for the NFL. I should have been watching the Spurs game and the Mavericks instead of watching the stupid NFL, okay? So
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. I should have watched the NBA last night.
Yeah. You should have, because it was a good game.
So
That's what I was watching.
1 point for Hufflepuff.
1 point for Hufflepuff. All right, yeah. I didn't watch. I saw the highlights, of course, and then I saw the play where the guy got his head ripped off, and they didn't call it. That was pretty pitiful, and I agree that they need to fine the refs or suspend them or
They
something.
they got to do something, man. It's
I
like
don't know.
It,
or they got to. You can't make everything reviewable, or my goodness, it'd take 12 hours to play a game.
I know they got a little
You
earpiece
know?
in their ear. You know, there could be a ref upstairs who could have called down real quick before anybody knew and said, "Hey, y'all missed a big one. You need to throw a flag. You need to throw a flag." And then you can get your little ref huddle together, and the guy in your ear can tell you what's going on, and then you can say, "Oh, face mask on so and so." You know,
Yeah, but where you draw the line though? Because then we go, oh, you missed a holding penalty. Oh, you missed a.
well, it'd
You
have
know
to
what I mean?
be you'd have to do it like in the last 2 minutes of a ball game or something like that, like during the 2 minute warning or something like that. Because you're
Like
right,
that.
you can't have that coming. But there's got to be some sort of backup, man. And I'm not talking like you can call a penalty in the NFL on every play. Okay. If you wanted to get technical, you could call a flag on every play in the NFL. There's always going to be a
Sure.
hold. There's going to be a block in the back. There's going to be hands to the face. There's going to be something that you can
Yep.
call every time. Okay.
I know.
But when the game's on the line and you got 2 minutes left and you're trying to put out a good product for fans in the stands and fans at home and all that, you need to get
Hmm.
it right in the last 2 minutes. And something that's blatantly wrong like that needs to be taken care of. You know, it's just
I agree.
I don't know.
A little home
It's
cooking. A little
crazy.
home cooking, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there might have been well, I don't know because LA is one of those towns where lots of times the visitors will outnumber the number of Rams fans that are there, you know. So, and there were lots of plays where like when the Vikings scored the first time, the place erupted and I was like, "What? Y'all ain't supposed to be, you know." So,
Yeah.
I don't know. But when the
Well.
LA scored, they erupted. And when Vikings scored again, they erupted. And I mean, the fans were into it the whole ball game, and that's what sucks about it is that they kind of got robbed out of, you know, a
Yeah.
good ending to a game
A good ending. Yeah.
instead of a bad call that affects the end of a ball game.
I agree. I agree. But it helped me
But it
because
it happened.
I had the Rams in that game. Won my $5 bet, so I'm good to go on that one.
Well, good for
Yeah.
you. Darnold and Stafford both came out, man. Stafford in the first half was about to get sacked and did this little sidestep and ran up in the pocket and threw a dime for a touchdown. Man, it was like he looked like he
Mm.
was, 20 something again instead of 36, And he was pumped too after it happened. Like he could, you could see him. He was yelling and screaming. He was pumped about it. It was a good
That's
ball
fun.
game, but at the end of it, kind of. I
Yep.
also got a text today. Yesterday's show, we talked about Angel Reese getting her own shoe, right?
Yep.
And our buddy Travis, who gets interested in some of the weirdest stuff, was interested in this.
Yeah.
And he said there are 6 active WNBA players with a signature shoe deal.
Hmm.
Now, that's a signature shoe. There might be a lot more that are endorsed or do endorsements for shoe brands or whatever.
Right.
So you got Angel Reese, New York's Brianna Stewart. She has a Puma shoe.
Hmm.
Sabrina Lonescu. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. She plays for the Liberty too.
All right. Well, she's with Nike.
Hmm.
Asia Wilson is with Nike.
Hmm.
Sydney Colson, Creative Control. I've never heard of that shoe. So
I haven't
maybe
either.
that's her like own shoe or something. I have no idea.
Uh-huh.
And Indiana's Caitlin Clark has a Nike signature shoe.
Yeah, I knew
So,
she did.
ladies, there you go. You can wear an Asia Wilson shoe, a Caitlin Clark shoe, you wear an Angel Reese shoe, Brianna Stewart shoe. I mean, I might
There
have to
you
get
go.
me some Brianna Stewart Pumas, man. Might have to get me some of them.
I know. The Pumas, man.
I own a
Well,
pair of Pumas. I like them. I
you
like
right now you do?
them. Uh huh. I do.
Wow, I haven't had any since I was like a kid. So
Dogs are excited.
I don't know. Somebody must be home. I don't know who's home.
That's okay.
Anyway, but
Lace is
anyway,
going to come home in a minute, and mine are going to just erupt because she's been
yeah.
gone like a whole 20 minutes. So
Let me see here. Oh, yeah, Crystal's home. Yeah. Anyway, well, hopefully tomorrow we see a good game because we got Arkansas, Mississippi State, and hopefully no
yeah,
ref issues, no
yeah.
weather issues.
What's
Hope we see a good
your three keys for Arkansas beating Mississippi State? It's the same three keys it's always been, people.
game. The
It's
same dang three.
we can't turn over the ball. If we don't turn over we've proven, okay, that if we don't turn over the ball, we win ball games. Okay, so
Yes.
as long as, and if we do turn over the ball, we lose ball games. So as long as we don't turn it, I got one key: hold on to the damn ball. That's what I got.
No
That's my
kidding.
key right there.
Well, no Jaquindon this week. I saw he was out, which he's been banged up every week anyway.
Yeah, but they're gonna let
And
Russell eat. They're gonna
that's
let
what
Russell eat.
that's what Sam says. So we're gonna see the big 250-pound freshman running back.
I
Looks
hope we
like they
see
don't
some.
bet us out there.
I hope we see some Derrick Henry in this kid. I hope he just runs over about four Mississippi State guys. This is kind of a weird game. Like I have friends that are Ole Miss fans. I've got friends that are Tennessee fans. I've got friends that are Texas fans. I think I've got friends that are fans of almost every team in the SEC. I don't think I have one Mississippi State fan
Hmm. They're like the
that is a friend.
they're the Locked On podcast I tell you about all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Mississippi State is the only one that doesn't have one man right now. Like it's like it a year ago they stopped.
Hmm.
It's the only one out of the SEC that's like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're down right now. I mean, the football team getting kicked around. The basketball team's not that bad. They're pretty
Yeah,
good.
I don't think I have any Vandy friends either. Now that I think,
Matt, Matt, right?
oh, he's rooting for them this year because they're winning. That's
Well, I
all it
thought
is.
he had a kid that went there or something.
Oh
I heard.
yeah. That was an interesting experience, man. I
Yeah,
went to a ball game. I sat 2 seats down from Aaron Rodgers. That is not a lie. Aaron Rodgers sat like 2 seats down from me.
should have kicked his ass when he had a chance.
You know what? Well, first of all, I thought two things. First thing I thought is he looks a lot different out of his uniform, a lot different.
I bet he did.
And the second thing I thought was this dude's an NFL quarterback. Like he just looked like a dude that went to a ball game. He didn't look like he wasn't all beefy, or anything like that. He was like
Yeah,
he looked like a dude come to watch like his kid play on the team or something.
he looked like a dude.
Yeah, he just looked like a dude, man. He didn't look like a. This was he didn't have the long ponytail at this time, so he did look like a dude.
That's funny.
But I go to this
Okay.
ball game and I'm given tickets by through my brother. A student of his went to Vanderbilt to play football, and I got the kids' tickets, so I had to sit with the Vandy parents. And I was told before I went to the game I couldn't wear anything Razorback, right? So I'm sitting there, and Matt tells me, he's like, "Dude, you can't. You're sitting with the parents, so you can't like get all crazy and everything if the Hogs, do this or whatever." That was the hardest game I ever watched. We did a scoop and score for about a 60-yard touchdown, and it was everything I could do not to scream and yell, man.
Break some parent's heart, man.
And the kid's name was Cole something. I remember his first name was Cole because every once in a while we go, "Way to go, Cole." I didn't know what number he was. I didn't even know if he was out on the field, but I would clap every once in a while and tell Cole he was doing a good job.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. All right. Well, anyway, hopefully we'll see a good game tomorrow. I think we're favored barely, or not barely. I think it was like 7 or something like that. I think it was last time I looked.
This is a game we desperately like. They always say this is a must win. This is like a must win. Okay, we need this ball game if we're going to get bowl eligible, because we got Ole Miss, Texas, and still Missouri So, I mean, we do get La Tech in there somewhere, but we're Arkansas. We're bound to lose the La Tech. So, we
Yeah.
really need to get this Mississippi State game.
Yeah, the line's -7 right now, so we'll see how that goes. I like our chances, but this is one of those games that makes me nervous because it's like,
They all make me nervous, man. Every
yeah,
one
but I
of them.
know, but when you're playing Tennessee or
Doesn't even. I
somebody,
don't even
it's like,
know. I don't even know why it makes me nervous. I mean, I never went
oh,
to the University of Arkansas. I, I don't know why it makes me nervous at all. Tell you the
I don't
truth.
know. Me either.
It's not
Man,
like they're calling me asking me what defense they should run, and I'm the one screwing up what defense. Yeah, I'm just a dude watching the ball game, but I get
yeah,
nervous as a tick watching.
I do too. All right, well, games at like 11:45 or something like that tomorrow. So I know you should be working, but
Yeah, I'll have it on the
yeah,
radio. This is a
I
good
should be
one to
watching.
listen to on the radio.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, let's jump into what we've seen on the old Twitterverse.
if it gets uh if it gets to be too good of a ball game, I got my old phone. I'll throw it up on the dash and do my Conway Corp anywhere and watch me a ball game parked in the shade tree somewhere.
I don't know what kind of hot sauce connoisseur you are.
I actually I actually have quite a few hot sauces in my kitchen, probably
All right.
around somewhere around the neighborhood of maybe 40 or 50 hot sauces in my
Oh,
kitchen.
I saw this by Mr. Carlos Estrada at Clove Carlos. Anyway, CTOT, whatever. I'm gonna say that.
Say,
Carlos,
say that again.
rate your 3 top hot sauces here, man. Some of these I didn't even heard of. Like Truff. Have you heard of Truff?
I've never no no, I've never heard of truff.
You got Texas Pete. You got Frank's. My wife is a big believer in Frank's. So if we make anything with hot sauce,
All right, if I was gonna go to my top three, number one's got to be just your Louisiana hot sauce down there in the right hand corner. You can't go wrong with it. It's good on everything. Number
mm,
two would be Tapatio. Number E.
where's it? Tapatito. All right.
Tapatio. Good stuff, especially on taco. Well, any Mexican
Really?
dish, really good. Yeah.
Really?
And yeah, and number three would probably be Frank's hot sauce because I put that on everything.
Yeah. I was trying to say that probably number one for me is Frank's because we use that for buffalo chicken dip, for pretty much anything that she's gonna make that we use hot sauce.
Now,
Number
uh,
two,
my my least favorite on this whole list, it would probably be would be Tabasco sauce.
yeah, Tabasco sauce. Yeah,
Man,
I probably Texas Pete, probably my next one on there, and then Frank's, and then I don't know after that. Sriracha's too hot for me. That kills me.
I'm not a sriracha fan. I'm kind of like my brother on that one. Like
It's
there
just
was no such thing as sriracha when I was a kid. This was something that popped up and they made it up. There's no, and all
anyway.
the it was like avocado too when it first popped up. Yeah, oh, you got to put sriracha sauce. Oh, you should try it with sriracha. Oh, it's sriracha. It's like I'm okay with the sriracha sauce.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a big sriracha fan.
But
Anyway,
I have customers on my route that for Christmas they give me, some give money, some give, home baked cookies. But I have a couple that give me hot sauces every year. They'll give me like a variety pack. So I got probably 50 hot sauces in my kitchen, man.
wow, you're like what's that? Firehouse, not Firehouse. What's the other one? Is it Firehouse that has all the
Yeah,
hot
yeah, yeah,
sauces?
yeah, yeah. They have a hot sauce bar. Yeah.
You're like your
You
own
remember
Firehouse, bro.
You remember Quiznos, and they had a pepper bar, and then they did the commercials with the rats who were telling people they had a pepper bar.
No,
And then Quiznos, like, just people stopped going to Quiznos. It's because
imagine that.
you put a rat as your spokesman. That's not why don't you put some roaches up there while you're
This
at it?
ain't that 80s, dude. This ain't Chuck E. Cheese era. This ain't the Chuck E. Cheese era, man. You can't be putting rats in your commercials.
No, well, Chucky was kind of like Mickey. He was, a lovable rat.
True.
And it's not Mickey Rat, it's Mickey Mouse. See, he's just a mouse.
I always
Rat.
went to see the gorilla play the drums anyway. That's the only reason I went to Chuck E. Cheese. I didn't go to see the rat anyway. I just wanted to see the
Uh,
gorilla play the drums.
this is a very sad thing to tell you, but the first time I went to Chuck E. Cheese, I was 22, and we went because you could get 50-cent Miller Lights. That's the reason we went to Chuck E. Cheese, because they had cheap beer.
You poor soul.
Yeah, that was the first time I'd ever been to Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh man, we had a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese one time. It was awesome.
It sounds awesome, man. It sounds
Yeah,
awesome. I'm sorry that was before I knew you. I didn't get to go to
well, I
Chuck
mean,
E.
you
Cheese.
knew me. I was like 27 or so. I mean,
Okay.
no, no, I'm just kidding. No, I was a kid.
I know the Chuck E.
I was
Cheese.
probably, I don't know, 8 or 10, somewhere in there.
The Chuck E. Cheese in Little Rock is not there anymore.
The one in Joplin's not here anymore either.
Yeah, I don't know how many Chuck E. Cheeses are left. They're kind of like Bonanza. You remember Bonanza? I loved Bonanza. And
Yeah,
they went out of business.
not much of them anymore.
No.
Instead of watching the football game last night, I watched the Dallas San Antonio game, which we saw some new faces in new places, right? And Chris Paul looks good, man. He said it's like you're 20 something or 20. He looks good. He's throwing it around. Him and Wemby played well together. He pick and roll. Wemby was all over the place. Clay was unbelievable at the beginning of the game, and he couldn't miss at the beginning of the game. And then Luka was Luka. Kyrie was kind of quiet. I don't know what he ended up with, but he wasn't like, it didn't stick out. Clay and Luka stuck out a lot. Gafford had a pretty good game. Lively had a pretty good game. Spurs or Mavs, I don't know. It's pretty close, probably till second quarter, somewhere in there. And then they started pulling away, and then they ended up winning by like, I don't know, 15 or 20 or something like that. But it was a good game.
Spurs also picked up a rookie. What was his name? Stevens or
Battle?
Was it Battle?
Yeah, right. Stephen Battle, is that right?
Yeah, sounds familiar. Anyway, did he get to play?
Yeah, he played.
He do any good?
Yeah, he did all right. Yeah, he was. I think he started. I think he did. Let me see here. Let me look at the box score.
Or maybe it was Castle. Is his last name Castle?
Castle, that's it. Yeah.
Castle.
Stephen Castle.
Stephen Castle.
Well, where I was getting Battle at.
It's close. Battle, Castle,
He came off the bench, 18 minutes. He had 8 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists.
All right.
So he had an okay game, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 4 of the starters for San Antonio were 17, 17, 18, and 18. So the scoring was pretty spread out. And then Luka had 28, Clay had 22.
You said Kyrie was kind of quiet, but Kyrie's good about that. Like Kyrie will just play his role until he's needed.
Yeah.
If Clay's knocking down shots and Luka's knocking down shots, Kyrie's just going to sit back and play his game. Just kind of run up and down the court and distribute.
Yeah.
But if you need him, if somebody's not hitting and you need another scorer, he can turn it on, man.
Yeah, it was a good game. Opening night, or not real opening night, but opening night for the Mavs or whatever, and at home. It was a lot of energy in the building. It was good. Oh yeah, so you put this one on there. I think this is fantastic. If you Coastal Carolina, right? If you buy season tickets to the basketball men and women's teams, and they win a combined 35 games, you get your full refund. This is fantastic.
Sure. This is a great idea. This is a great promotion. It really is. More college teams should do this,
35 is
especially
not
the
that many.
ones that have probably no, especially if it's combined, men's and women's have got to
Yeah,
do 35 games.
yeah. It's just
Uh,
like 16,
especially if
17.
you're having problems selling your season tickets, if you're having problems getting people to come out and watch your games, anything like that. This is a great promotion, and more
Yeah.
mid-major teams should do this. I thought this was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
But I also told Lace, I said they win
I don't
35
know.
games. If they get together and they win 35 games, keep my season ticket. It's if you go in the crapper and you don't win any games, I want my money back.
Yeah. I don't see how this will work for them because I mean the money from all their ball games and stuff like that, that's supposed to be part of their revenue or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Surprised. I don't know, especially with a smaller school like this. I would think that they would be not
Well,
trying
I
to give
don't
money
even.
away.
I also don't know. Like, I
How
also
much
don't know what their records have been over the years. Like maybe 35 is like a big time. Like if they could get 35 wins, they would be like feeling on top of the world. Maybe their two programs are not doing so well.
maybe season tickets are only $10 a piece. I mean, I don't know either,
Yeah,
you know.
they could be just trying to get butts in the seats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. This could see that either way. I just don't know how they're gonna make it seems like this would hurt their budget or whatever. But anyway, I thought that was interesting
It
anyway.
only hurts their budget if they can get to the 35 wins. I think I was sitting here kind of chuckling to myself thinking about Major League, the movie Major League.
Yes.
They get to like 33 wins and all of a sudden like the water doesn't work in the locker room or something like that. Like y'all don't need to be winning any more ball.
Yeah.
they win
Anyway,
34 they win 34 games in the first half of the next ball game and then they lose. Yeah.
here's a Nebraska fan that might be onto something. Here's his Monday morning thought. He said, "What if we're holding back against Indiana and not showing them anything about our ability to score and tackle so that Ohio State won't have any film on us?" Something to think about. Chess, not checkers. I know he's being sarcastic, but I thought it was funny. Sort of funny. Moving on.
Now might be a good time to bring it. Yeah. I think now have I froze up on you? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Hello? Okay.
I hear
This might be a good time after reading this tweet. This might be a good time to bring up 988 and mental health
Yeah.
because this
Yeah.
guy is living it. That was totally the hog. See, we're going to make this 4-run or 5-run win streak right here because we've been fumbling on purpose. We actually hold on to the ball very well. We've been playing chess instead of checkers.
Gotcha. All right. Well, maybe it wasn't that funny. I saw this one. This is interesting. I had to think about this one for a minute now. Which QB would you rather have right now? Patrick Mahomes?
Oh man.
I mean, he does have the riffs on. That comes in your back pocket when you got Pat Holmes.
Well, what team am I putting him on? That's the question. Like, am I putting him on the Cowboys? Is that what I'm doing? Am I putting one of these guys on the Cowboys?
I don't know. That's not the question. I don't know.
I mean, which QB would you rather have right now? I mean, I'd have
I
to take
assume that
Lamar Jackson.
team.
I'd have to take Lamar Jackson. I think Patrick right now is tied for touchdowns and interceptions. So I would probably take Lamar.
I would take Lamar right now too. He's having a pretty good year, and like you said, Mahomes. Even though they've been winning, it's because defense. Their
Yeah,
defense is.
Mahomes has not been doing very well this year. It's true.
I'd take Lamar. He's electric.
Isn't it? Isn't it just like Patrick Mahomes' luck though? Like the year he struggles, all of a sudden he's got a killer defense.
Oh yeah, I know, right? I'd hate
It's
for it
like,
to make it easy for him to win.
yeah, really.
Anyway, moving on to the next thing. Oh yeah, we got our NBA game list for tonight. Orlando plays again tonight. We got Brooklyn at home, first home game. I saw Memphis and the Rockets play. That's going to be a good game, or one I'd like to see. Let's see who else we got here. The Knicks play again. Knicks Pacers.
I don't know who's picking the game for ESPN, but they suck at it, man. Pacers, Knicks, Suns, Lakers. It's like,
You know they're going to put the Lakers on all the time, man. You know they are. They got to put the Lakers on all the time, and they're going to put the Knicks on a whole bunch this year too. So, whatever's, man.
I think I
Anyways,
would if I was ESPN and I got to pick out of these ball games, I would pick Memphis and Houston,
mm-hmm.
and probably Brooklyn and Magic are probably the two games that I'm interested in the most.
Yeah, I mean that Pacers Knicks game is playoff matchup from last year. That should be a good game.
I guess,
Yeah.
man. I guess I'm not.
Edie, did you see Edie only played like 15? He fouled out and only played like 15 minutes. Did you see this?
No.
Come on, man. These refs gotta. I don't know. They gotta back off a little bit. They let the man play.
I don't. He's so much. It's kind of like when Shaq first came in the league. Shaq had problems not staying in the ball games because he's just so much bigger than everybody else. You know,
Yeah.
everything that he did was more exaggerated. So his drop step into somebody, instead of knocking them down, would knock them halfway across the court.
Well, they probably ain't seen anybody seriously post up in about 10 years anyway.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true.
It's like
so, you don't have a slide or the Bronny news today? You didn't put the Bronny news in here today?
No, we're not going to talk about that. That's negative. We're not.
Why is that negative?
You talking about him going to the G League?
Yeah. November 6th, he's on a split time between the Lakers and the G League.
I'm just kidding. I didn't have a slide on that one. My bad. I did see that though.
I don't understand. I mean, he's LeBron's kid. Why does he have to play in the G League?
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Could it be because he wasn't ready yet? That could be the reason why. I don't know.
It's a mystery.
No. LeBron got his game with his kid, and he's like, "All right, send him to the G League. I got my game with him."
Yeah.
I made history, not Bronny. Okay, I made history, not Bronny. LeBron made history, not Bronny.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna see. I'll look and let you know if that Memphis game is on the NBA Pass, because I tell you, I see it on there sometimes. So I'll let you know.
Tonight my schedule is kind of full at 7:00. Okay.
Yeah, mine too.
I got a World Series starting, and then at 8:00 the Hogs are going to be taking on Kansas, and I'm going to be watching that. So I'm probably not, as soon as the Hogs game starts, I'm probably not watching anything else until after the Hogs game.
Well,
and when that's over, I'll probably flip back over to the World Series, see if it's a close ball game or if it's over, and then if it's over or if it's not a close ball game, like one of the teams is blowing them out, then I'll probably text you and be like, "Hey, can I get that league pass off of you?"
Yeah, because I record every game, so you can watch it whenever.
Sweet.
All right, let's see the next thing. Oh yeah, speaking of Arkansas and Kansas, our buddies, look what they were doing today, man, out in Springdale High School today, talking about mental health, man.
Well, Cal's a big fan of the show, and he knows that we're big proponents of mental health, and he thought it was a good idea. He even texted me and asked me if he thought it'd be copying too much if he did it. I was like, no, why don't you get your buddy Bill Self to go do it with you?
Yeah. I know. This was pretty cool. And they went to, I think, I don't know which Springdale school they went to. I don't know if they said Harbor. I think it just said Springdale. So I'm not sure
I
if
don't
Benji got to see these guys today or not.
I don't see anything in the background that gives it away.
Hmm.
So
I forget which one it said. But anyway, they went to like a pep rally, and the teams came with them. They
hey,
said
cool.
Kansas's team because they don't have anywhere to go. Right, they're the away team. Right, they brought
Yeah.
their whole team in there. There was like 19 of them or something.
Sweet. Sweet.
And
That's cool.
Arkansas, we don't know. We still don't know who's going to play for Arkansas and who's not going to play.
It don't matter. It's just going to
No,
be
they'll go right
fun.
there.
It's going to be fun to see the Hogs get on the court. It's going to be fun to see the slobbering hog. It's going to be fun to see Cal walk out of the tunnel for the first time dressed in red.
Mm,
I think, and it's an exhibition game, so it doesn't even matter if you win or lose. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the Hogs last year beat Purdue in an exhibition game,
yeah,
and their season turned to crap. So,
yeah. Well, there's going to be some things. I told you this. I think they're going to play quarters instead of halves.
sure,
I still didn't see how long the minutes or quarters they're going to do.
it'll probably be 10 minutes, I imagine.
But they're still going to keep score. There's still going to be a real game.
Sure, sure.
Still going to be a winner, no loser. But like you said, it don't mean really doesn't mean
It,
anything
it don't
because.
mean jack, dude. It don't mean
Mm.
jack.
But I'm like you, man. I just want to see them play. I just want to see how they do, see how they look. Um, you know.
Wouldn't it be something? Okay. Wouldn't it be
Mhm.
something if this exhibition game between the Hogs and Kansas ended up being a matchup in like your Final Four or something like that?
That would be crazy.
How wild would that be, man? That would be really wild.
That would be wild. I'm just happy basketball's here, man, and football going on. But I'm finding out I'm more of a basketball fan than a football fan. So
I well, I don't know. I don't know. It depends on what you're talking about, man.
when I
Depends.
was younger, I don't know if I'd have said that actually. And it's more. I like college sports more than anything. Anyway, I told you that before.
I think college beats pro sports any day of the week. Any
Yeah,
day of the week. I just feel like the fans are.
I like it better.
I just feel like there's more invested. There's more invested in college sports,
Yeah,
and you don't run into, like in college sports, you don't have a kid talking about how he's not going to do back to backs anymore.
yeah. I saw some things. They were this other podcast. They were doing hot takes, and one of the hot takes was that somebody will leave the team, not in Arkansas necessarily, but a college team will have a player leave in the middle of the years so he can get ready for the draft.
I don't know about the draft, but I could
I
definitely
don't
see
know.
I could definitely see what happened in college football this year with that quarterback saying that he wanted to renegotiate his deal or he wasn't getting his full amount. I could see something like that happening.
Yeah,
And the kid's like, well, screw you, I'm not playing for you, or something like that. But
yeah,
I don't know about getting ready for the draft, man. I mean,
yeah.
I think I think one of the things that LeBron will never have on Michael Jordan or Grant Hill or some of these other guys that went to college and went to the NCAA tournament and won an NCAA tournament. It's something on your resume that not everybody has and not everybody can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I've heard Perk talk about, well, I went to the school of cash. I'm glad you made your money and all that, but you missed out on an experience that you only get, once or twice if you're a college athlete. And there's nothing like the tournament. Okay. I know
yeah,
you got paid in the NBA and the NBA's got a championship and they got some good playoffs every once in a while, but it's nothing compared to March Madness. Nothing. And
yeah,
if you don't believe me, all you got to do is look around the country when March Madness starts to happen, and look at the the amount of attention it draws, the amount of people who miss work because ball games are going on. It's just probably the closest thing to it worldwide would be the World Cup in soccer.
Well, there's like over 1 million brackets filled out or so. I mean, it's like millions. It's crazy.
Yeah, what's great about it is maybe once every couple of years you have somebody that does the perfect bracket. That's what makes it so great, is that nobody can.
A perfect one.
They've had a couple happen. Perfect.
I've never seen it. I know what's his name.
I've never.
What's his name? Buffett put out. Was it 100, a million, or a billion, or something like that?
No, that 1 year. I don't remember how much it was, but yeah, for his employees.
Yeah. Well, it's whoever filled out the perfect bracket. You could go. It's like you go to Ford.com or something like that, fill that one out. But he was giving away like 1 million or 1 billion. I think it was 1 billion. I really do. I think it was 1 billion for a perfect bracket. I don't think anybody won. I've never heard of anybody having a perfect bracket. That's crazy.
That is.
You would have to be part psychic to get the brackets right or something. I don't know.
It's the best time of year. It really is. In my opinion, it's the best time of year.
Yeah, I love it. I love merch. All right, man. Well, anything else to chat about before we get out of here? Friday, weekend. We got basketball tonight, football tomorrow.
We got basketball. There's probably football tonight, too, if you want to watch football. I'm sure there's.
There is. Let me see here. I'll look it up for you. We got Boise State and UNLV. That's it. So we got tonight. Oh, that's top 25. Hold up. You also got Rutgers and USC. Man, USC's 3-4, dog.
Yeah. Lincoln Riley would be lucky if he gets to keep that job.
Yeah, that's not good. Louisville and Boston College. Those are your 3 games. Boise State and UNLV.
Like I said, I'll be watching the World Series for the first hour, and then I'm going to flip over and watch the Hogs. Thump up on some Jayhawk butt. And then probably go back to the World Series unless it's over.
What time does it start? 7?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And then dad joke. You want to hear a dad joke?
Sure, hit me with it.
Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work.
Oh my gosh. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good segment into our mental health. If you're if you're suffering from dad joke syndrome or just suffering in general with your mental health, there's a national hotline that you can call 988, and you will find someone that you can talk to, or find the resources to get the help that you need. Or if you need someone else that you need, that that needs help, you can point them to that number, 988, and don't do life alone.
Yeah, somebody that's a loner or socially awkward, or just seems to rub everybody the wrong way. I got a couple of people I work with like that. Just just maybe happen to mention to them there's a 988 number, or say hello to them, or strike up a conversation with them. You might be surprised. You might meet your best friend.
Might. You never know.
You might regret talking to him. You never know. Just make sure you tell them about the 988 thing.
Oh, man. All right, dude. Enjoy your evening, man. Enjoy your weekend. And I will catch you later, man. Peace out.
All right. Peace, brother.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.